Made in Hollywood.
The action fantasy Masters of the Universe, starring Nicholas Galitzine, is made in Hollywood.
How do we thread this in a really smart way where, you know, we're leaving something on the table but a lot off the table?
Made in Hollywood.
Also on today's show, the romantic crime thriller Carolina Caroline, starring Samara Weaving and Kira Sedgwick.
When it all came together with Adam and then the fact that Kyle came on, it just was like, it was a little too perfect.
Plus, Katie Cassidy stars in the supernatural horror film Speed Demon, Mads Mikkelsen stars in the dark comedy The Last Viking, and the sci-fi comedy Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die features Haley Lou Richardson and Michael Pena. This week on Made in Hollywood.
Made in Hollywood.
Nicholas Galitzine stars as a prince raised on Earth who returns to his planet to reclaim a mystical power and battle a tyrannical warlock in the action fantasy Masters of the Universe.
I know most of you don't remember me, but I know all of you.
Nick was transforming his body over the course of this thing. So you go through this process where you bulk and then you cut. It's this whole thing. So we started the show doing almost exclusively Adam stuff. And it was about halfway through the shoot that we started doing, started peppering in some of the He-Man stuff.
Everything changed since you left.
It's all gone.
In the various sort of iterations of He-Man that is always sort of enacted or at least hinted at. And for us, and talking with Travis, it was like, how do we thread this in a really smart way where, we're leaving something on the table but a lot off the table.
It is such an integral part of the film, is their connection. We were wanting to infuse certain moments or glances at each other that felt, like cute little nods or winks towards something.
Skeletor took my family. And he destroyed our world.
I think what I love about Evelyn is that she's very calculating, always sort of taking stock of everyone in the room and sizing them up. And I think that a lot of her power does come from stillness. Some of that comes from Skeletor being so volatile. She doesn't want to set him off.
That's it. I finished.
Of course, my lord.
When I raise my fist like that, I'm done.
Yes.
That is the crescendo.
No for the future, my lord.
It was always clear to me that it was going to be a prosthetic bodysuit and then a CG face. The thing about Jared was that he grew up with He-Man. Skeletor was his favorite character. He really wanted to swing for the fences.
I know how it feels to fail. Take the sword. That's your chance to stand tall.
The costume, putting it on every day, and it became so sort of ritualistic. It kind of just felt like going into battle every day, really. When you see the people around you, when you get how they're looking at you and you see the smiles on their face, nothing more empowering.
I remember the very first time he showed up on set in his steel harness and his, leather gladiator skirt. It was really cool. It was really cool to see him.
We talked about the line itself and really what it means. It meant a lot when I said it for the first time and Travis came up to me and we hugged each other, and it was just a very sort of emotional moment.
That moment that he does give that big incantation, that famous line, I was looking around, there were many people who were welling up because it meant something to them.
A restless young woman in search of her estranged mother joins up with a con man in the romantic crime thriller Carolina Caroline, starring Samara Weaving and Kira Sedgwick.
If you could do anything, what would you do?
Pack up and go see the world.
What's your name?
Caroline, what about you?
Oliver.
And what are you doing here, Oliver?
Passing through.
My first thought on this particular screenplay was, I really love the first act, and I love the scene that Kira's in but I want to massage some of the other parts of it with Tom, with the writer. So I helped shape it into more of a love story with Tom versus kind of a crime thriller.
You ever feel bad doing what you do?
I don't, because it's a con. I don't do it out of greed. I don't do it out of anger. I just see the angle.
Me and my sister were like sitting around on Christmas Day going, should we check out this movie, Dinner in America, and maybe I'll read this script? And I was furious that I hadn't been like called immediately about this. It's such a good script. I was gobbled it up. I inhaled it. I loved Dinner in America so much. I was like a diehard fan straight away. When it all came together with Adam and then the fact that Kyle came on, it just was like, it was a little too perfect.
I had seen Adam's movie Dinner in America and loved it. I saw it twice. And then, it's just a great, great, great part.
Human behavior is a system. And if you know that, then you can exploit that system.
If you're coming into the middle of a moving train, you better be so ready. It also was rife with juicy bits of research already baked in, and so you just have to like build a little bit more, but there was so much already there.
Well, Adam knows everything, right? He knows every aspect. He edits, he writes, he directs, he understands what everything's gonna look like. There's a scene with me and Sam that's really intense, and we had talked about it all day, about what we were gonna do, and we went up to Adam to go talk about it, and he went, I don't even wanna hear about it, just go do it. And he's like, we'll follow you with the camera. And he just trusts you.
Caroline.
Daddy.
Break away from this guy. What are you still doing here?
Same reason anyone doesn't leave what's no good for them.
Samara had seen Dinner in America in Sydney with her sister, and she flipped out for Kyle. I was really fighting for Kyle, so was Kira, and so was Samara. They all wanted to work with Kyle.
Just having somebody who just really fearless and just there, that I could try anything or throw anything at her and she would just bounce it right back, that we were able to just have a lot of fun.
Care?
Hi, Daddy.
You all right?
Yeah.
Coming up, Katie Cassidy stars in the supernatural horror film Speed Demon, and Mads Mikkelsen stars in the dark comedy The Last Viking. To find out where to watch any movie, check out Moviephone.com. Find it, watch it.
I'm very proud of what we did, and I think everybody who's involved in this project should be as well.
Made in Hollywood. Made in Hollywood.
Katie Cassidy stars in the supernatural horror film Speed Demon as a troubled nun whose faith is tested to its limits when a demonic force takes over a passenger train and she's forced to perform an exorcism.
Attention passenger.
There was a time when I had high hopes for you, the brightest of all my students.
I'm sorry, Father. I was at a restaurant.
You can't even tell a good lie.
I loved the character, being this troubled woman, nun, who ends up putting down the bottle and stepping into her power. And I love playing these strong female roles, so there was a bunch of wins when I read the script, and then I was like, what is gonna happen next?
Look at yourself. You're a mess. You reek of smoke and alcohol. The sisterhood has pushed you out. I'm the last person giving you a chance.
She's self-medicating. I mean, she's certainly turning to drugs and alcohol to sort of suppress the abandonment she has from her father and what she feels with that relationship and the trauma with the demon and with him. And she finally sees her purpose shortly after we meet her.
That's creepy.
A weird gift, right?
It's Asmodeus, the king of demons, and is a demon of revenge.
He's a true collaborator, and he came in and, we talked backstory, and we talked what the two of us would have, gone through, what have we gone through, how long have we known each other, and getting into sort of more depth and details in backstory together really helps when you're portraying a character that has a long-term relationship with another character. And some actors do that, some actors don't. Everybody has their own craft, if you will. I think it really enriches the characters and the relationship. So I'm glad that it translated.
God the Father commands you.
I enjoy watching horror movies. I think it kind of depends on what and when, but it just so happens I've done multiple movies that happen to be horror. I'm attracted to good characters, I'm attracted to story, there's a bunch of different elements in that.
I'm gonna save every soul on this train.
Being there, being ready, and making sure everything is functioning in a timely manner is something I'm very aware of, and it was certainly something on this that we had to keep going and pushing because you have only limited days, and we did a lot in a short amount of time, and I'm very proud of what we did. And I think everybody who's involved in this project should be as well.
A man released from prison after 15 years must track down his brother to find his buried loot, only to discover his brother now believes that he's John Lennon in the dark comedy The Last Viking, starring Mads Mikkelsen.
Jeg bliver nødt til at tage væk et stykke tid. Prøv at se den her nøgle. Den skal du spise. Nogle gange så skal du man lidt færdig først. Inde på banegården, der er der en taske. Den taske, den henter du og graver ned i skoven op ved mors hus. Den er godt begravet et andet sted.
There is something poetic, something profoundly human and big he wants to tell us or sell us, and then he wraps it inside insanity. So it's always the package of insanity, but at the core of the insanity, there is a very heartfelt story.
Hvorfor fanden har du ikke havde Manfred mere?
Altså, du kan jo ikke bare komme hjem, når du har været væk så længe, og så tror du, at alt er det samme.
Ja, John. Så er den dobbelt vildlænderen.
The characters are insane, the situations are insane, but the relations are honest. Even though there's no way around it, this is comedy, but it's also poetic.
Er han okay? Det er kun overfladiske skam, men kan jeg så ikke tage med hjem? Hvis du sniger 500 mand ned i lommen på mig, så kan du bare tage ham. Dissociativ identitetsforstyrrelse.
When you jump into a world like the one that Thomas is creating, it's very specific. It has a specific look, it has a specific feel. But he picks fantastic actors every time who exactly knows what the tonality of the whole thing is. Yes, if we're doing jokes for the sake of jokes, we lost sight of what we're doing. And so sometimes we just have to throw out little things that we find very funny, but it does not serve what the purpose of the film is. So we have to kill some darlings once in a while. It's hard, but it's necessary.
Du er sindssyg. Vi skal da ikke lave bane med tosser. Det er faktisk et yderst valid psykiatrisk eksperiment.
I've never played the guitar. I've played quite a few different instruments for film. And I've tried to pick up the guitar a couple of times, and I found it so impossible for me. My fingers don't want to do that. So I got a couple of people helped me out, and so I could do as good as I could, and then do it even worse because it's meant. I had to be kind of on top of what I was doing in order to make it worse, right?
Du skal spille for rigtig publikum. Nej, jeg kommer spille for masser af bævrer.
Research was confined into watching 5, 6, 7-year-old kids. We did not want to give him a diagnosis. We didn't want to open up the can of worms of a specialist saying, oh, but that's not how it is. Because that's not what the story is about.
To find out where to watch any movie, check out MoviePhone.com. Find it, watch it. Up next, the sci-fi comedy Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die, featuring Haley Lou Richardson and Michael Pena.
I love it when you don't exactly know why you really, really want to do a movie.
Yeah, it's just like your intuition.
It's just a feel, right? It's just like a vibe.
Made in Hollywood. Made in Hollywood.
Now available on Blu-ray. In the sci-fi thriller Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die, featuring Haley Lou Richardson and Michael Pena, a mysterious man claiming to be from the future recruits allies for a mission to save the world.
Hey! This isn't a robbery! I am from the future! And all of this goes horribly wrong.
I was nervous, you know, but then I was also aware of the fact that the audience is like the patrons of norms. Like, if we pull this off, they're coming for the ride. You normally don't start a movie with an 11-page monologue and knowing immediately I wanted Sam. I don't think there's anybody else who could do it. You know, Sam Rockwell just has that ability to sort of underpin all of that with a sense of some deep pain, and you know, there's something honest underneath all of it.
I traveled here today to tell you that things do not go well for you in the future.
I feel like once a year, or like once even every 2 years, you like read a script where you're like, oh my God, hell yes. I felt that way the first 10 pages of this script. Like reading the diner scene, which is the first 10 minutes of the movie as well, and picturing Sam doing this and with Gore at the helm, I was like, this is just sparkling for me.
I love it when you don't exactly know why you really, really want to do a movie.
Yeah, it's just like your intuition.
It's just a feel, right? It's just like a vibe, like there's some feels attached to it, and I was like, wow, I just want to be a part of it. I don't know why.
There's a perfect configuration of people in this diner that can save humanity.
This was the funnest script I've ever read, but also like the most unsettling. Gore's been describing it from day one as his psychotic opera, which it very much is. What makes it unsettling is that it's like not like unrealistic. Like the themes in the movie are like direct reflections of our reality.
What happens if we fail?
I really don't like to say it out loud. It's kind of a morale killer.
I was actually just really like pleasantly surprised by Gore's just like boyish inner child and excitement. Like his passion is like so giddy and like childlike in a beautiful way.
What means the damn is you people choosing to come along for this ride because you see the writing on the wall and you're ready to wake up and do something about it.
When I first started out in this business, they would say you can't mix genres. You can never mix a genre, you know, let me tell you. And that's all we do. You know, there's rom-coms with vampires or whatever. Like, all we do is mix genres now. And they're like, well, you can't mix tone, you know, but can you?
Your entire lives have been building to this night. It's gonna be okay, or it's not, I don't know.
Stay tuned, there's more coming up on Made in Hollywood.
Made in Hollywood.
Thanks for watching Made in Hollywood, powered by MoviePhone. For more behind-the-screen content, check out MoviePhone.com.
Made in Hollywood. Made in Hollywood. Made in Hollywood.